applause. Here. Great to see. So well done.
All right, lights are on. We are ready to go racing with the Pro Twins 12-lapper. Ben Rosendale got a great jump there. 33 of Nick Kane just trying to sneak up the inside there into turn 1. The number 3 of Matt Bro, he got a good jump as well. So all our front 3 guys got a good start, but it is going to be the 65, Ben Rosendale, leading Nick Kane out of turn 1 and into the run around turn 2. That looks to be one of the CD Vandermeer builders there. The Suzuki's, that's the number 3 of Matt Bro in 3rd with SJ Cavell up there as well. So the CD Vandermeer builders, both of their Suzuki's got away well, and they head up into the left-hander. Andrew McLaughlin there in 5th place, so a good start from Andy as we see him fire that Yamaha down the middle straight here at Manfeild. But Ben Rosendale coming under pressure now from Nick Kane. So Nick Kane going to sneak up the inside and at the run into Higgins. They're going to be late braking duel going on there. Ben Rosendale's going to sneak back in front of Nick Kane. So it's all on here. There's going to be a 12-lapper, so a lot of things are going to come into play. The track temperature's just starting to come down. A lot of cloud coming, a light breeze coming through Manfeild at the moment. So this is going to be great for racing. Here we go with Nick Kane going to lead into turn 7. The Go Media right-hander. And you see the beautiful bright orange Mega Motorcycle Centre Underground Brown Heat Miser machine heading down the front straight. Ben Rosendale has retaken the points lead over Nick Kane. And there's the 21 of SJ Cavell up there in 3rd place, mixing it with these guys as well. So a great start from SJ Cavell off the 2nd row of the grid. And he's going to go right around the outside and try and push up on this battle. So your battle for your podium's really coming alive, as there's not much track unused by these guys. Nick Kane leads them into the S's. Ben Rosendale in 2nd. SJ Cavell there in 3rd, with Matt Bro having a good battle with Andy Mack and Michael Patchett. So there's 2 little 3-way battles. The battle for 1st, 2nd and 3rd is a hot one, with the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th as well coming alive. And then we go back to Nick Southerwood. He's back starting off the back of the grid, so he's got work to do as well.
What happened there? Did you start off the back of the grid, or did he not qualify well? All right, got to put the microphone on. Yeah, interesting to see where he qualified. We're talking about Nick Southerwood in 9th place on bike number 8. Never mind, let's get back onto the track now. They are 5 points apart in the points at the moment. Ben Rosendale, Nick Kane. So if they finish with Nick Kane ahead, as they are now on the track, they will be tied for points. There's 25 points for a win, 20 for 2nd place. So that'll be tied going into the final round, where we have 76 points, 25 for a win in each of the 3 races and 1 in pole position. So these guys will be wanting to win here today, but of course they've got the championship in front of them. So the big battle's on. I think that bike of Nick Kane's is just that little bit stronger. Just a little bit stronger. Look at the way Ben Rosendale gets through turn 2, just tries up on the inside, coming into turn 3. That settles back in behind. I think there's going to be another attempt there coming into the hairpin. Who goes high, who goes low? One low, no, they're both following each other in, so I don't think Ben Rosendale thought he could get in on the inside and stand up Nick Kane, but down the centre straight, Nick Kane's bike opens up 2 to 3 more bike lengths. There's probably 8 bike lengths between 1st and 2nd. We go back about 75 metres back into 3rd spot, and that is SJ Cavell, also running the bucket racer as well in the SS150 class. Matt Broff in 4th place. Andrew McLaughlin there in 5th. This is as they went across the start-finish line. Colin Terry and Chris Spurt there around up that top, I think 7. Oh, look at that Rosendale's a lot stronger under brakes going into that big Go Media corner.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Nick Kane, this is what he needs to do. He's the South Island man in the North Island at the moment, so he's got to start getting some race wins, but they're side by side as they head down the run into turn 1. The Toyota right-hander, but Nick Kane's got the beautiful inside line, so he gets that number 33 machine stop. And Ben Rosendale's going to try and go right around the outside. There's not much between them. They're nearly touching wheels as they come out of turn 1 into turn 2. The flying little right-hander before they flick it left into turn 3. The old splash S's. Ben Rosendale right in there, but not quite close enough to have a dive. SJ Cavell, he's having a good ride there. He's up into 3rd place. His teammate Matt Bro. 2 of the CD Vandermeer builder Suzuki's, they are 3rd and 4th on track, with Andy McLaughlin, another man from the mainland. The South Island man, Christchurch, is Andy McLaughlin. Earlier points leader in the championship, but has not had a great trip to the North Island so far. He's sitting in 5th place as well. So the battle for the championship is now starting to become a two-horse race, and it is these two out in front with Nick Kane and Ben Rosendale finding it out there into Higgins at the moment. Turn 6 right-hander, they head down the back straight, and look at Nick Kane's bike, just got the little punch out of the corners, I think, and just pulls a little bit of advantage. At top end, they look like quite evenly matched, but it is Nick Kane who's going to lead them into turn 7, the Go Media right-hand, and look at how deeper Ben goes on the brake. So this is going to be a great fight. They're going to have still a massive 8 laps as they cross the line, and there's not going to be much in it when they go over the line.
It was 29 thousandths of a second in the last lap. It's now 0.139, a 15.178 for Nick Kane, a 15.288 for Ben Rosendale, and SJ Cavell 15.828. But the eyes are on the front two bikes as we look at the Ctas footage. Beautiful, number 33 versus number 65. And it's interesting, Rosendale's got some strong points here, and of course Nick Kane's got a stronger bike, so Rosendale just fighting all the way through. He's stronger on the brakes going into that Go Media corner, so I think this is where he's going to get his advantage, but Nick Kane comes out of the hairpin there. Not enough, too much distance between the two to actually get some slipstreaming down that centre straight. As we go back to 3rd, 4th and 5th, there's a great battle between 3 bikes. This is not over for the minor money in the podium. Kane goes tight into Higgins there, and Rosendale follows him. In fact, I think Rosendale gets the drive out of there. Kane went a little bit higher than normal, and Rosendale gets a drive. But watch the braking there. Will it be Ben Rosendale outbrakes Nick Kane going, yeah, comes up on the inside, outbrakes him. He left enough room, Nick Kane left enough room for Rosendale to come on in there as they go for a drag to the line with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, Ben Rosendale is going to cross the line ahead of Nick Kane this time around, so there's the change, and that may be the advantage that Ben Rosendale needed. He can pick the lines now, he can do the defending, so Ben Rosendale with his superior braking's now in the lead of this one, but Nick Kane's not going to give up on this one. This is the battle for the championship really coming alive. Just 7 laps to go, and Ben Rosendale ahead of Nick Kane. SJ Cavell there still ahead of now Andy McLaughlin, so Matt Brose just dropped back into it's going to be 5th position, so unfortunately he was up there in 4th before, now relegated to 5th, so we see the boys go into the left-hander and down the centre straight. Ben Rosendale now leads Nick Kane, SJ Cavell, Andrew McLaughlin, and then go back to Matt Brose. So that's your top 5. Sarah Elliott's up there in 6th, Nick Southerwood already up into 7th, and Colin Terry 8th, and the update there as our screen just goes over, we see a brilliant battle for the lead, and still a massive 6.5 laps to go. They're firing down the back straight at the moment.
Yeah, Kane's bike's a little bit stronger down there, but not enough to get into the slipstream of the lead bike. And Rosendale, in fact, I think Rosendale just eased off on the brakes there, and Nick Kane matched him. So maybe it's the old cat and the mouse, whereas once Nick Kane's in behind him, he can get a little bit more confidence under brakes down that back straight. A 14.9 versus a 15.1 on their last time. About the same now, 14.996, 15.072. So less than 0.1 of a second in between the two of them. Absolutely outstanding racing there as we watch them coming out of Toyota. We've still got 6 laps to go. We're halfway through the race here. It's a 12-lapper. 125 GP Superlight and Superlight B coming up next.
Yeah, this is brilliant stuff. Ben Rosendale, Nick Kane not letting him get away with this one though, so this is still on, the battle for the lead, with Andy Mack just sneaking up onto the back of SJ Cavell, so SJ's going to have to be careful there. He had a podium in race 1, so he'll want to get a couple of podiums out of this weekend, but so will Andy Mack. He'll want to try and rescue as many championship points as he can and take this title fight into round 5 at the Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park in a week's time. So it's all on here. Ben Rosendale and Nick Kane, they're only 5 points between each other in the championship, and only about 15 bike lengths ahead between each other on the track. So we watch them down the back straight at the moment and into Go Media. So brilliant stuff. And then SJ Cavell definitely starting to come under a lot of pressure from Andy Mack there. That's the battle for 3rd and 4th, with Matt Bro just tailing along in 5th place.
Stronger confidence on the brakes now from Nick Kane. He's done that for the last 2 or 3 laps, so I wonder if he can get further up ahead and it goes battle to battle down that back straight. He'll be able to match Ben Rosendale in braking into that big Go Media sweeper here at Manfeild on the 3.03 kilometre circuit. Outstanding racing, outstanding footage from the Ctas there. It's getting a bit harder to see it because of the way the sun is on the track. About 43 track temperature early on. I reckon it's gone down into the late 35s. maybe even 38. That's my prediction, but it is what it is out there, and it's the same for everybody. Into the hairpin, out of the hairpin for the lead 2 bikes. That battle for third place is heated up there as well with SJ Cavell and Andy McLaughlin there. It is Cavell in third place with McLaughlin there in fourth place. We go back to, I think it's Matt Brough there in fifth place. Out of Higgins, the lead 2 bikes come the white versus the orange bike. Great, commentators dream that orange bike, and legs down the back straight. They're both evenly matched for power. So I reckon Nick Kane's bike was stronger earlier on, but they're both equal strength now as we come onto the front straight, and then there'll be 4 laps to go in this last race for the Pro Twins. 5 points between first and second. Ben Rosendale and Nick Kane. Andy McLaughlin there in third spot in the points. Michael Patchett there. Patch from the aircraft mechanic from Auckland. Nick Southerwood sits there in fifth place there. Who's your money on, Brad Ritchie?
Yeah, I think Ben Rosendale's just riding a neat and tidy race, so I just haven't seen enough from Nick Kane to suggest he's going to challenge here, but it's still anyone's. There's still a massive 4 laps to go. The battle for third place is the one we're watching on the Ctas update, and SJ Cavell using every inch of the circuit for same on Manfeild to keep Andy Mack at bay. So the battle for third on the podium, that's heating up well and truly with SJ Cavell just ahead of Andy Mack, with Matt Brough trying to catch up to that pack as well. So the more dice they do, the more opportunity Matt's going to have to sneak up on the back of that group. Nick Southerwood, after starting off the back of the grid, he's running in sixth place. Sarah Elliott there in 7th. Then we go to Jace Augustine in there, and Vaughan Main in behind him as well. So what a great field of Pro Twin racing as we see Andy Mack sneaking up the inside, not going to be quite close enough. SJ just takes the line away, but almost touching wheels there as they come out of Higgins and down the back straight. But SJ Cavell and Andy Mack having a great little battle as we see Ben Rosendale just sneak a little advantage as they come out of turn 7 and head down the front straight. So we've got a great little battle on our hands here with the 3 laps to go as Ben Rosendale crosses the line. Nick Kane there, the man from Christchurch on the Underground Brown Mega Motorcycle Centre Heat Miser Suzuki that Dennis Charlotte actually rode last year in the championship. And then we've got the update there with Andy Mack just all over the back of SJ Cavell. So the battle for third, have a look at that into turn 1. There's not much in it at the moment. We see it on the Ctas live update. Absolutely brilliant pitches. We see them into the S's, and SJ doing a great job there holding off Andy Mack, former New Zealand champion. And then we see Matt Brough there, who's now caught up to that. So that's going to be in not too long a time. That's going to be a full 3-way fight for the podium, I think, Spider.
Well, yeah, Matt Brough's had been into the 14s, a 14 earlier on in the race, so he's actually a little bit quicker than his other 2 bikes. There is Andy Mack, pulls up beside SJ Cavell down that centre straight. It's going to be Andy Mack's going to have the superior line coming into the Higgins corner. Is he going to hold it? Takes it in tight, runs. SJ Cavell right up high, and now that's played into Matt Brough's hand as well, so Matt Brough can get onto the back of that pack there. There's 4 to 4 bike lengths, I think, between third and fourth, and actually something's going on there. Matt Brough's slowing up incredibly. Side by side, going under braking into the media corner. That's SJ Cavell and Andy McLaughlin there. Andy McLaughlin wearing the orange leathers as we see Ben Rosendale going across the start finish line, 0.4 of a second ahead in lap time over and above Nick Kane, so it's not all over yet. 1:14.507 is the fastest lap of the race. Ben Rosendale, he's got this sorted at the moment with 2 laps to go. It's about concentration now, so we're going to go back to the 3rd place on the podium. There's still 3 bikes in this there, the 2 Carl Vandermeer Builders bikes and the Yamaha with Andy McLaughlin out there in the front of those. Look at that, beautiful. That would have made an absolutely amazing photograph, wouldn't it there, Brad Ritchie?
Yeah, Matt Brough just sneaking up into 4th place, so let's see if Matt's got anything to challenge Andy Mack. They head into the left-hander, and there's only a lap and a half to go. Ben Rosendale, he's got a comfy enough gap. It's up to Nick Kane to try and pull something special out of the bag now to try and reel him in. But the battle for third, as we see SJ coming back over Matt. So Matt's losing a lot of speed down the straight, so I'm not sure what's happening with his bike. He's still got it all under control in the corners, but he's losing a lot of speed down those straights. So we'll have a look at that. Andy Mack, he's just trying to sneak off into the distance. The battle for the podium, and would dearly like Andy Mack to try and get a podium there to try and keep his title hopes alive. As we see the white flag out, ready and waiting, Ben Rosendale heading out of turn 7 and down the front straight with Nick Kane in behind him, and then there's nothing in this battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th with Andy Mack ahead of SJ Cavell and Matt Brough in there as well. So this is all on here, Pro Twin racing, and some of our greatest racing we've had has been from the Pro Twin class, and absolutely brilliant. So this has been a 12-lapper, and we're down to the final lap, 1 to go here at Manfeild.
Well, you mentioned Matt Broff's bike was slowing up, but down that back straight they were perfectly matched for speed, and there was a change of position between those two bikes in 4th and 5th. Coming into the Go Media, I think Broff got on the inside of SJ Cavell, but SJ Cavell held the line and come out there, so change of positions here. So this race is not over. That's into the hairpin. One goes high or one goes low. Both matched team members in the Pro Twin class. Look at that, up the centre straight as we see Ben Rosendale going into Higgins for the final time. The white flag is out, and Nick Kane is going to have to settle for second spot there. There's too much there for him to gain back unless we get an error by Ben Rosendale. He's pretty faultless with his riding. There's about 80 or 90 metres between those two. We go back 300 metres to Andy Mack on the Yamaha MT, and then the two Carl Vandermeer Builders bikes. That's got to be SJ Cavell on the front. Matt Broff, I think, closes right up there. Is Matt wearing a white helmet?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So there's the checkered flag. Ben Rosendale takes the win ahead of Nick Kane, so he'll extend his points advantage in the championship. Then we go to Andy Mack, his first time on the podium in the North Island, and then SJ Cavell's going to finish just ahead of Matt Bro, so the battle of the CD Vandermeer Builder honours, and it goes to SJ Cavell in a wonderful 4th place, Matt Bro in 5th. We wait for the update. Nick Southerwood and Sarah Elliott having a good little battle there. And it looks like it's going to be Nick Southerwood. It's going to take that from Sarah Elliott. Good to see Sarah there up in a great 7th or 8th place there. Looking for Jace Augustine coming through. So unfortunate for Josh Augustine, unable to get his bike going again this weekend. And then we've got Vaughan Main, Alistair Ware and Philip Munt up there in 11th. Michael Patchett down a lap. He's in 12th place, so I'm not sure what's happened to Michael Patchett. Unfortunate stuff for him, but we go to the top, and Ben Rosendale does a brilliant job and got out in front at the middle point of this race and just led from there. So absolutely brilliant, Ben Rosendale. And then go back to Nick Kane, Andy McLaughlin. So that's some good, valuable points for him. He hasn't had the best of times since coming to the North Island, so he'll be well pleased to get back on the podium. So that's our Pro Twin action. Their 3rd and final race, and just one race to go for this round 4 at Manfeild, and it is the 125 GP 250 mono in with the superlight class. So one more 12-lap race to come, and the update: Ben Rosendale ahead of Nick Kane and Andy McLaughlin. That is your podium. Then ahead of SJ Cavell in 4th, Matt Bro in 5th. Nick Southerwood got up for 6th after starting off the back of the grid. Sarah Elliott chased hard for 7th. Jace Augustine, Vaughan Main, Alistair Ware rounding out your top 10. So absolutely brilliant stuff. The Pro Twin, some of my favourite racing from the Pro Twin fraternity, and we just waiting for Neil to sort out our podium there, but another good chance to thank our sponsors with Carl Cox Motorsports on board. Gav and the team doing a wonderful job for New Zealand motorcycling, and happy to have them on board. ICG Print as well. They're designing and printed the programs of NZSBK, and a beautiful job they've done. DHL Express, our naming rights sponsor for round 4, and Honda Cars supplying the medical vehicle. That's been an absolute treat and brilliant to lift the standard of NZSBK with Suzuki, A Way of Life, and Yamaha on board. Pirelli tyres with Resine Automotive and Light Industrial, and also with Bike Rider Magazine. Special thanks to Nicole and the team from MX Track and Timing, and also Ctas Live on board with us as well. So brilliant stuff, and just about ready to cross down to Neil. He's down in Parc Ferme, and he'll have our podium.
Well, thank you. Here we are with our Pro Twin podium. We started to save some of the best till last, and Andy Mack, you're finally making it here, mate. How's it feeling?
Yeah, it's all right. I had to try a bit harder at that time and throw everything out there for the 3rd race. John and we made an adjustment to the rear shock length, and it helped a little bit. I was still pretty rubbish into turn 2 and 3, but it was enough to get me up and into the podium, which is good. And happy with the longer races. Even though I don't look it, I like the like the last couple of laps. So yeah, it was good fun out there. Good close racing with SJ. Good hard but fair.
Great to see. All right, enjoy being up here in the North Island. Do you like Manfeild?
I don't mind Manfeild. I didn't have a great way around at Hampton Downs, but this one's gone a bit better. Got some points, so yeah, I'm looking forward to Taupo next weekend and just more laps on the bike, and hopefully it'll be fun.
Well done, Andy. Nice to have you with us. Great to see. All right, Nick, well, 2 South Islanders that have made it here at the home of Pro Twins. You always guys start out, but you know you've got a hard battle when you hit these North Island tracks.
Yeah, definitely. It's very difficult. It was a good race out there, and I tried my best to try and keep in front of Beno, but he was just too good. And I know we'll see what happens in Taupo next week.
Yeah, it'd certainly be a leveler, I know for sure. Ben Rosendale, hard to get that smile off your face, mate. You're starting to come right when it counts.
Yeah, I suppose. Had an awesome battle with Nick then. He's a hard man to pass, but managed to do it at the sweeper, and I thought I just had to get my head down and try and push on. And stoked to get the lead of the championship, and just got to keep going with it. So.
Hey, there's no races to spare. You're going to have to go all the way in all 3 of the races next week.
Yeah, I know it's going to come down to the wire, I'd say. And it's motorsport, so anything can happen. So, looking forward to next weekend.
Well done. All right, there you go, your Pro Twin podium. Give them a round of applause. Aren't they fantastic? Great results. Pro Twins, we love you.